My name is Rebecca LeBove, and I'm thrilled to be here today on behalf of the city's Housing and Revitalization Department. We are so thrilled to see the Payment in Lieu of Taxes program bringing new life to this building. And we're excited to have all of your support moving forward. A year ago, we announced at the City of Detroit that we had invested $1 billion into affordable housing. But this administration and this city council recognized there is still urgency around developing and preserving affordable housing, and they acted. The new Payment in Lieu of Taxes ordinance, or pilot, says simply to property owners, if you commit to keep your rents affordable and keep your building in good condition, we will dramatically lower your taxes. The lower your rents, the lower the taxes, and it's by right. This is a huge deal. We are the only place in Michigan making it this easy to develop affordable housing. Big moves like this would not be possible without leadership with a strong vision and a commitment to doing what is right for the city and its residents. So Mayor, I want to thank you for being that leader and for being a champion of this program from the very beginning. I am honored to introduce Mayor Mike Duggan.
All right. Well, the autopilot ordinance was Rebecca's idea, and when she and Julie presented it to me, I thought it was great. Took it to City Council, and exactly 1 year ago, Council Member Durhall and Council President Sheffield sponsored it, and it's something that nobody had seen before. And what it does is allow a developer to get the tax credit automatically if they agree for 15 years to rent to folks of low income. And what we're trying to do is this. If Henry Ford builds a new healthcare clinic in this city, they automatically get tax exempt because they're a nonprofit hospital system. But we said there is a critical need in this city for affordable housing. What if we made it as easy for people to build affordable housing? And the truth is that the big players who are building 1,000 and 2,000 units, they've got batteries of lawyers and lobbyists, and they can afford a year-long process to get something done. But projects that are 4, 8, 16, 20, the kind that we're seeing here, you can't afford that year delay and all of that. And so when I sat down with City Council and said, what if we did something different? What if you adopted an ordinance that everybody knew up front exactly how it was going to work? I said, I think we could take people who would otherwise be building in other cities and other states. And today you're going to get a chance to hear from Sophie, who used to build in France. I didn't think we would attract developers from that far away. But literally, the city of Detroit is now the easiest place in America to do this. And so here's what we've done. 1 year later, we didn't know how this was going to work. And we've been a national leader in affordable housing. You've seen the numbers. We built $1.6 billion in new affordable housing in the last 6 years because the mayor and the council have been together. And Council President Sheffield with their original affordable housing ordinance. But here's our issue. Last year, we grew 7,000 in population, led Michigan one of the top 25 in the country. That's good news. But that means for 7,000 people more in the city, we need 3,500 more housing units. We're going to start pushing people out to tents. Unlike a lot of other cities in the state of Michigan and the country, we don't have tent cities because we've been building. But we're going to have to be building 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 new housing units every single year. We did it last year. And so what's our report card? 12 months after Council passed the autopilot, we've already got 47 projects and $450 million approved, and we've got another 113 projects and $765 million in the pipeline. We've got 160 projects, $1.2 million, 5,200 new units and another 1,000 preserved units out of the fact City Council took this leadership. And I'm really proud to be here on Cortlandt, because this is what we wanted. You're going to hear from my friends at Harmony Cafe, but if you go right down the street 2 years ago, we built a brand new Dexter streetscape. This was Fred Durhall's dream, all right? And we believe Dexter could be a vibrant community again, and you've seen the rapid recovery on the whole retail and the housing. But now, when you have the Dexter corridor coming back, Sophie Zembra and her team come down the street and say, we can take a vacant building with 34 years. This building's been vacant since 2018. There is no way anybody was renovating this without the pilot ordinance. Now, Harmony Cafe and the other retailers have 34 more families that are going to be in the neighborhoods, which then strengthens the retail that allows us to go to more and more businesses. And one of my favorite parts of this entire provision is that we give you almost complete discount, a 95% discount on your taxes if you renovate an abandoned building. Because we don't want to knock down these buildings. Look at the architecture on this building. We felt like it was worth it to give a 95% tax break to put affordable housing in the neighborhood and save these beautiful old buildings. And this is happening now in neighborhood after neighborhood across the city. This was the dream that we had hoped. And with that, I want to introduce the two who sponsored this ordinance, Council President Mary Sheffield and Council Member Fred Durhal.
Well, good afternoon, and this is just such an amazing day here. I will tell you, I grew up blocks away from here, and I remember this building being vacant as I grew up, walking past. The mayor talked about Dexter. I want to thank him as well as his entire team for their leadership on this and revitalizing this entire area over here. We are starting to see progress. The pilot fast track ordinance sponsored by myself and Council President Sheffield is something that was groundbreaking. As we talked about affordable housing and moving it forward here in the city of Detroit, what we heard from a lot of smaller developers here in the city of Detroit, oftentimes the process was too long to be able to get through the development. And so one of the things we said, as the mayor has coined it, the autopilot ordinance, we wanted to make sure that we were approving affordable housing units faster, making them more financially feasible, and bringing these projects into fruition. So now smaller developers have a tool to be able to utilize in building affordable housing for so many of our residents who need it here in the city of Detroit. One of the other things is that this is a component there's a component of this that has accountability. So when we talk about 15 years of compliance to ensure that developers are not being slumlords or developers are building units that folks really want to live in, that component's attached to that. When we talk about 15 years of affordability, we are now assuring that for generations to come, we can preserve affordability here in the city of Detroit. And all along the way has been someone who has been an amazing partner. We are in her district today. We are both responsible for helping rebuild Dexter. It is actually the dividing line between our district. So we are invested in this community. But she has been such a champion for affordable housing, even before I got on council, by fostering and pushing forth legislation for affordable housing. I introduce to you our council president, Mary Sheffield.
Thank you, Member Durhal. Thank you so much, and good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to District 5. Honored to represent this district and to be a co-sponsor with Member Durhal on this transformative policy that has really transformed our communities and will continue to do so. To have 2,400 new affordable units already approved and 6,000 more in the pipeline, I think shows the strength and power of this particular tool to continue to develop affordable housing throughout this city. I would just say that the City Council, I know Member Benson is here as well, we all stand in solidarity with the effort to create as many affordable housing units throughout this city as we can. We know that housing is a critical issue in Detroit, and we are laser focused on finding ways and tools that will fast track the development of affordable housing and create more incentives for developers who are trying to contribute to transforming our neighborhoods and developing housing. And this is just one tool that will do that. What used to take up to a year is now taking up to 30 days or 60 days at the most, enabling us to get shovels in the ground and move families into housing quicker. This tool is already transforming neighborhoods, as we see today here in the Dexter-Linwood area, and it is an essential tool in making housing financially feasible for developers in our city. And so we are helping developers deliver more affordable housing units. We are preserving our historic buildings, and we are investing in deeply affordable housing in the neighborhoods that need it most. So I am very honored to have sponsored this. Again, I want to thank Member Durhal for his leadership in championing this effort. And again, just know that the council stands ready and willing to continue to put forth policies in action to address and provide affordable housing in our city. Thank you so much.
And I know we are today here on the west side of the city of Detroit, but this ordinance has pushed forward across the city, even on the far east side in District 3. So it is our honor to welcome to the west side our partner and our buddy, Councilmember Scott Benson.
Thank you for that. And I just want to say it is an honor to be here on the west side in District 5. And we on the east side also are now so happy that we'll be able to utilize this tool to ensure that we're able to provide this level of quality, affordable housing in our neighborhoods. And as many of you know, on the northeast side of Detroit, we don't have any of the traditional sexy neighborhoods, but we have hard-working, proud families who also deserve and want quality, affordable housing. So just once again, I want to thank my colleagues for having the creativity and the fortitude to put something like this forward. That's a great solution that we can do right here in the city of Detroit, and thank the administration for making this happen. And so we're looking forward to having these type of quality, affordable housing developments throughout the city of Detroit. And in the development team, we are more than happy to have a conversation today about some of the fantastic development opportunities right there in the 3rd District on the northeast side of Detroit. And so would like to thank my colleague and bring back Fred Durhal again as the MC.
He would have done a great job. Yeah, thank you, Council President and council members. Obviously, their support was really key in making this program happen. But no matter what kind of program or policy we develop, we can't do it without developers. So I'd like to introduce Sophie Zembra. Sophie and her partner Jean-Philippe have been developing and rehabbing vacant buildings, beautiful historic ones like this, in France and in New York. And last year they saw the opportunity to have an impact here. And we're very grateful to have them. And I'd like to say bienvenue à Détroit. Sophie, won't you please say a few words? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. It's truly an honor today to be here in front of this beautiful building, as you see, that will soon have a new life. At Wise Detroit, our goal is simple. We want to bring back historic building to life with care of the community and the neighborhood. We call our mission Historic Living Reimagined. It means keeping the soul of the past while creating homes for today and tomorrow. When I first came in Detroit in 2016, I fell in love with the city because of its history, its people, its force. And over the year, we've seen Detroit move so well with such a huge energy. And this building, the Cartel building, is not just a structure. It's part of the neighborhood identity. And we know that. And we will bring it back to life so that family can live here again in safe, affordable, and beautiful home where people are proud to live in. And as a developer, the help from the city made a real difference to us. Detroit is the only city that allows us to grow quickly, thanks to the program like Pilots and the strong support of the city. Detroit is showing the whole country what's possible when a city and its community work together. And we are very proud to be part of that movement. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and I should add that Sophie has been busy. This is her second property to be approved under the pilot. The other one on Roan Street is 17 units that they're just wrapping up construction to bring those units back online as well. So we thank her. We are also fortunate today to be joined by another developer who has worked with us on the pilot program and has 2 projects that are now approved. I'd like to introduce Jonay Maxey. She's the CEO of Maxey Real Estate Investments. She is a Detroit native from D4, and she is the 2nd undergraduate recipient of the World of Difference Scholarship at the Ross School of Business at U of M, and now she does this development work full-time. I'd love to have her share a little bit about her experience with the pilot program and to speak about some of the great work she's doing in Detroit as well. Thanks, Jonay.
Thank you. I would like to thank the city for creating such a wonderful policy. As a native Detroiter, I take great pride in being part of the city's housing progress. I successfully navigated the pilot application process, securing approvals for over 30 units, including my projects and projects of developers I have helped complete applications for. The pilot program has truly been a game changer, helping developers like myself keep rents affordable while maintaining financial stability for our projects. Without tools like the pilot, a lot of projects simply wouldn't happen. This program makes it financially possible to bring vacant properties back to life and build new homes where they're needed most. By reducing the property tax burden, the program allows me to reinvest those savings back into developments and ensure long-term affordability for Detroit residents. By making the development process savings financially viable, Pilot empowers small and mid-sized developers to be a part of the Detroit revitalization, not just the big players. This is what equitable, community-driven development is all about. Building a Detroit where quality housing remains accessible for everyone. With the right tools like the pilot program, we can make real change happen, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Thanks.
Thank you to Jonay. So now we have acknowledged that I think of all of these units approved through pilot, they're throughout the city of Detroit. But as you heard from the mayor and the council members, this neighborhood is also really special, given the investments that are going on and the energy we see around it. So the next speaker who I'd like to introduce is Kiana Barnes. She is the co-owner of In Harmony Cafe, and if you haven't already stopped by today, it would be a great stop on your way out. It's a walking distance. Yeah, her and her partner who co-founded this cafe have been a staple of the community since it opened in 2022. And they do, in addition to providing the coffee and the treats, there's a lot of really great programming and events that go on to build and grow community that they're providing. And so, Kiana, I'd like to invite you up to say a few words.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am Kiana Barnes, the co-owner of In Harmony Cafe, Sweets and More, located just down the street here on Dexter Avenue. When I think of our cafe, it's not just a place where you can just grab a cup of coffee. It's a space where the community can connect with one another, share ideas, and look out for one another. When I look down here at 3045 Cortland, I can't help but feel excited. This building has sat empty for many years, but now, thanks to the pilot program, it's being transformed into 34 affordable apartments. When a long vacant building comes back to life, it does something special, not just for the folks who will live there, but for the whole neighborhood. It brings more people walking by, more energy on the block, and a stronger sense of pride for those of us who have been here through it all. For a long time, we've seen too many beautiful buildings just sitting there, waiting for a second chance. Programs like Pilot are giving developers the tools to make that happen, to breathe life back into these spaces that deserve it. As a small business owner, I know what new housing means. It means more customers, yes, but it also means more neighbors, more familiar faces, more people invested in seeing our community grow and thrive. Because this isn't just about one building, it's about a building, a community that's vibrant, walkable, to the people that live, work, and gather there. where we all can play a part in keeping the heart of Detroit beating. So I want to say thank you to the city, to the developers, and to everyone who continues to believe not only on Dexter and Cortland and the surrounding areas. I want to say thank you for not just rebuilding buildings, but I want to say thank you for putting the community back into our buildings. Thank you.
Okay. Last but not least, we got to hear from the neighbors. So the next speaker I'd like to introduce is Ms. Denise Lyles. She is the president of the Lawrence, Collingwood, Burlingame Black Club, LCBC. Did I get it right? And has deep roots in the community. And we're really thankful that she came out to join us and talk about the impact that she sees this development will have on her neighborhood. Thanks so much. Come on up, Denise.
Thank you, and good afternoon. And in the true Detroit fashion, what up, though? My family's been, there you go. My family has been in this community almost 100 years. So I know what it's been like, what it's going to, and now where we're headed. Look at all this beautiful architect Detroit has. For it to be wasted and not utilized is just a crime. I want to say thank you to the city, thank you to our council people, thank you to our developers, because not only does this encourages and develops our community, it develops District 5 and ultimately Detroit. And it's all one Detroit, whether District 5, District 4, District 7, we're all Detroiters. And we come together. You're giving more residents for our block club. Cortland isn't in our boundaries yet, but we'll be moving this way. And it's together that we can make a difference. We all look at each other. We look around at the different things. We look at the past. We look at what's going on right now, but we need to focus on the change and doing it together as we move into the future. Again, I humbly and honestly say, thank you. We need this. We have this. And with this, we move forward.